I'm excited today to announce the next Chief of Police for the City of Houston Police Department. Over the past several days, I have spoken to and heard from countless Houstonians who offered their opinions and advice. And let me tell you about this city, there are no shortages of opinions and advice. I never thought that I could hear from so many people in such a short period of time. And I've had the opportunity to interview potential candidates for what I consider to be one of the most critical roles of any administration and one of the most important and visible jobs in the city of Houston. My goal was to find someone who was fully capable, and I underscore fully, capable of leading this department from day one, who knows the city, its neighborhoods, and its people. Someone who would work every single day to gain and maintain the trust of our diverse communities, who values the diversity of our communities and people who exist and live in our community, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their language, regardless of their sexual orientation, and who would focus on the priorities of the Houston Police Department. And someone who has earned the respect of the command staff and those officers who patrol our streets every single day, 24/7. Someone who recognizes that our department is not perfect, and at the same time recognizes the importance of doing everything possible to put in place most of the recommendations coming from the Mayor's Task Force on Police Reform. The 5,300 police officers, the men and women on the front lines, deserve a police chief who will give them what they need to do their jobs. And the community deserves a police chief they can trust and depend on to keep them safe. The city of Houston is fortunate that with the departure of Chief Art Acevedo, the internal bench of the Houston Police Department is strong, and there are men and women who are fully capable to serve. With that in mind, this afternoon, I am announcing the appointment of Executive Assistant Chief Troy Fenner as the city's next Chief of Police. I know members of his family are here. I believe his mom is even watching on television. His wife and his son, Wyatt Fenner, and wife Shireen Fenter are here. And I know his mother is watching. Chief Fenner began his career with the Houston Police Department in 1990 and has worked in every aspect of the department. He has served in the Office of Public Affairs, the Southwest Division, South Gessner Division, and the Internal Investigation Command. He has also worked as the Assistant Chief of South Patrol Command. As Executive Assistant Chief, Fenner oversees the HPD Field Support Operations, which includes responsibility for 3 patrol region commands and 1 support command encompassing 15 patrol divisions: the Traffic Enforcement Division, the Emergency Communication Division, the Mental Health Division, and the Gang Division. Chief Fenner is a 31-year veteran of the Houston Police Department and a highly regarded law enforcement officer in the Houston Police Department. He has earned, and I underscore that, he has earned the trust and respect of people in every corner of our diverse community. He is strong, he's a decisive leader, and he is someone people follow, listen to, and genuinely like. And since I have been mayor, I can tell you he is a straight shooter. He loves the department, the men and women of this department, and the people of this city. Troy Frenner is not just from Houston. He is Houston. He was born in Houston's Fifth Ward. Some refer to that as the Nickel. Raised in Hiram Clark and graduated from Madison High School. He earned a Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice from Sam Houston State University and a Master of Criminal Justice from the University of Houston, Clear Lake. Most importantly, Troy Frenner earned his stripes in the Houston Police Department and is prepared to lead from day one. In addition to naming our new Chief of Police today, I will also be proposing, at Chief Frenner's request, a command change within the Houston Police Department. The number 2 person in HPD, Deputy Executive Director, Chief, requires a change to the Master's Job Classification Ordinance, which I will ask Houston City Council to approve. I am confident Chief Troy Frenner, his leadership team, and officers will do everything within their power to reduce crime across our city of Houston, to continue to earn and garner the respect of every single person in our city, and to move the city forward in a positive direction. And now, let me stop and let me bring up my recommendation to the members of the City Council, none other than Chief Troy Frenner.
So I just want to say a big thanks to, most importantly, God. And Mayor, thank you for this opportunity. I'm so humbled and so honored to lead this great department in this great city with so many great citizens. To the officers, the rank and file, thank y'all for supporting me and supporting the citizens of Houston. Chief McCullen, thank you for originally appointing me to Assistant Chief. Chief Acevedo, thank you for your leadership over the past 4.5 years. You're my friend, a colleague, and somebody who I truly respect. One thing, if people never question, and I tell them when they ask me, don't ever question your heart and your love for people and love for profession. Chief Slinkert, and I know you want to make a few statements. When the mayor, when Chief announced that he was going to Miami and phone started just blowing up, my partner, who we talk every day, we challenge one another emotionally, spiritually, ethically, every day. We try to get the deep feeling of what a person, if you're Caucasian, if you're black, whatever, you have your life experiences. And what people have to understand and believe, people are different. And I don't care if it's politics or whatever, you give value to a person's perceptions and their personal experiences. That's what I do with my partner. And thank God for the last probably 7 years, we've worked so close together. And when this came up, I want the city to know that my brother, my colleague Matt Slinkert, and I sat down and we said, whomever, because when the word got out that the mayor was going to stay inside of the police department. And thank you for doing that. We made the pledge. Matt and I made the pledge that whoever got it, the other one was going to stay here and help build this city. Because let me tell you something, just as any other city right now, major city, major crime. I know a lot of questions might be asked later, but let me set the stage. Let me set the stage. Because when we talk in terms of trust and building relationships and respecting people, we talk about the police department and the community, and that's so true. But it is just as important in the criminal justice arena. So it's time that everybody take some responsibility and everybody come together. Let's stop throwing stones at one another. Let's sit down. I want to give you an analogy. If you out in the ocean, in a boat, the boat has holes in it. You got 3 people. One steering, trying to get back to the shore. The other one is plugging the holes. The other one is plowing along, trying to get there. If somebody start getting off course and throwing stones and whatnot, do you think you're going to get to safe ground? That's where we are right now. So the first thing, all my friends, because relationships are deep. And let me tell you something. I don't ever take it for granted, the relationships that I have in this city, the respect that I have. I would never violate that. The only ask I have is when I call some of the leaders in our greater Houston, Harris County area, please answer my call. I want meetings, meaningful meetings behind closed doors. Zoom ain't gonna work. Put on our masks, okay? Let's sit down and let's talk. Let's move forward because, hey, this is a great city. Great city. So I'm just confident with our leadership. Thank you for our council. Thank you for the mayor. And let me say to my wife and my son, my whole entire family is not here. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you. It's been a challenge. I don't want to talk too long because I know Matt, but I hope I set the stage. We're moving forward as a city, everybody together in Houston, Harris County. Thank God and thank you for the opportunity. Matt.
Let me bring on now Executive Chief. And let me tell you, come on, ma'am. I will say that this is, and I'm going to use the words from Chief McClellan. I had a winning hand to choose from. You know. There is no question. And so.
Thank you, Mayor, very much. Well, what an exciting day for the city of Houston, right? Can we get another round of applause for Chief Fenner? Okay. As most of you know, after many years of news conferences, I rarely use notes. I usually speak extemporaneously from the heart and off the cuff. But today, I did not want to miss anything that God laid on my heart. So today I'm going to use notes, so please forgive me for that. First, let me say thank you to Mayor Turner and our council colleagues for their leadership and commitment to the city of Houston. And Mayor, I'm elated and proud to say that you have made an excellent, outstanding, and phenomenal selection for Houston's next chief of police. You know, I'm going to talk about Troy a little bit because Troy talked about the city and about the city, but Troy's not going to talk about himself. So I'm going to do that. Okay. For the last several decades, it has been one of my greatest honors to work alongside a leader like Troy Fenner, whose integrity and character is simply exemplary and beyond reproach. You know, quite simply, Mayor, you've made an amazing selection for the Houston Police Department and for the citizens of this city. Now, as you all have seen, and many of you have been part of it, numerous news reports over the last several days have focused on the special relationship that Chief Fenner and I have, and it's my distinct privilege to confirm for you today that every single one of those reports is true. But what they can never truly capture is really, truly the love and respect that we have for one another. You know, we've been in the trenches together for many years helping this city, almost a combined 60 years of service between the two of us for the city of Houston. We've been in those trenches together for a long time, and I truly believe the bond that we share in our leadership role has been one of the key factors to our success. And it's also been one of the key factors to learning from our shortcomings. You know, I want to take this opportunity to thank Chief Art Acevedo for his steadfast and relentless commitment to public service. You know, it is my deepest desire that God continues to bless you, sir, and your family on your next journey of service, and I will forever be grateful for the time that we were given together. You know, to my friend and my new boss. Let me say that one more time. Okay? To my friend and my new boss, Chief of Police Troy Finner. Words of the English language are woefully inadequate to express how I feel about you. I love and respect you as if you were my own flesh and blood. We have many challenges ahead of us, that is for sure. But as we continue to serve the citizens of Houston, know this: I will continue to work tirelessly day in and day out to support you and your vision, along with the mayor, for the incredible men and women of this agency and for the city of Houston. I am proud of you. I am overjoyed for you and your accomplishments, and I will consider it one of my greatest honors to now work for you and support you however I can. Congratulations, my friend, my brother. You wholeheartedly deserve this distinct honor, and the city of Houston will be blessed, and God will be pleased by your constant display of servant leadership.
Can a very diverse city be one? And the answer is yes. And look, Sharon, Wyatt, what an incredible day for your husband and for your father. What an incredible day. And what an incredible day for the city.
So I want to first to say we have, between the two of us, we got 5 kids. Everybody's grown except my little man. This is Wyatt. He's 10 years old, Wyatt Finner. All right? And this is my wife, Sharon. Thank you.